the lead, brother.
Jasmine Nelson, 32. Now, I got screenshots where they come in important right here. It says West Palm Beach. A fist fight broke out between two women Monday evening. Ended with one of them fatally shot in the parking lot of a Lake Echo Park in West Palm Beach. The investigators said that Jasmine Nelson, 32, took out a handgun during the brawl and shot a 26-year-old Riviera Beach woman.
God damn, Jasmine.
She died at the scene. And this is just north of a middle school there where they got into the fight. It says Nelson, whom jail records say lives in Riviera Beach too, is facing one count of second-degree murder and remained in the Palm Beach County Jail Monday night after she refused to appear at a bail hearing Monday before Circuit Judge Charles Burton. The victim's grandmother...
She just said, no, you in jail. Take it to court.
And it says the victim's grandmother and the witness were present at the hearing. But basically, these two chicks knew each other.
That history.
They had history, and they had been squabbling. You know what I mean?
So it came to a head.
But still, to pull out you know what I'm saying? How old is she? When I say she was what?
You said 32.
She's 32. And the other girl's 26.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 6-year difference. Y'all could have just fought it out and kept fighting. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna shoot the bitch?
And now it's over.
You know,
because what motherfuckers don't understand is, that one's dead, but her life's over too.
Right.
Both of y'all lives is over.
And then even if you weren't planning on shooting her, why you had a gun in your hand?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a scare tactic, and that shit went wrong.
It didn't work.
Shit went wrong, and now she done made a horrible motherfucking decision that's done affected 1 million lives.
Yeah, because everybody ain't scared of your fucking gun.
No.
Just because you got one, don't think you can talk tough behind a motherfucker or nothing like that.
And like you said, don't ever pull that motherfucker out unless you ready to murk a motherfucker.
There you go.
You see my gun, it's because it's about to go down.
Hell yeah. But
goddamn.
That's Florida woman number one.
Well, my first Florida man is lighting up the mood.
What'd he do?
Florida man calls the police and asks them to test his meth to ensure its authenticity. Yes, sir.
His own meth.
Thomas Eugene Colucci called the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, telling them all about how he had bought the meth from a man he met at the local bar, and he felt like the man was sketchy, so he didn't feel safe using the meth. So he wanted to know if they could come out, test it for him, so he didn't use some tainted meth. Colucci handed the drugs in 2 bags. Now, I can't play this on here, but with this story, I listened to the actual 911 call.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. The lady's like, sir, what? He's like, hey, you heard me? You think you could send somebody out? Colucci handed them drugs in 2 baggies when they came into his residence. It was found to be legitimate, and Colucci was arrested for possession of drugs, along with 2 counts of drug paraphernalia, with the bond set at $7,000.
Damn.
The sheriff's office had a sarcastic take on the matter. If you or someone you know have doubts about the realness of any illegal narcotics, have one on hand to obtain. Then they joking, but yeah, he said we're always around to test them for you free of charge.
No, it ain't. It's taxpayers' dollars.
Man,
wasting my time just to see if your drugs is real. That's like people eating pot brownies and calling the ambulance on themselves.
Yeah. Thomas Eugene Colucci, man. This motherfucker said
you didn't even get to enjoy it.
He was scared. And you can hear on the 911 call, he had clearly been doing meth prior. So he was like really paranoid. And he's on the phone like, no, I just don't. Dude was sketchy. I don't know if I feel safe using this, man. I need you to come out here and give it a test.
I can kind of see he didn't want no fentanyl.
Yeah.
But still, I ain't gonna call the cops to come test it. And when they test it, how you gonna use it?
and I know he was high, but you know during all this, and I'm serious and all that, but during all this fentanyl shit, bro, they like sell fentanyl test kits and shit now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Well, they need to.
yeah,
Cause you want to start testing damn near everything.
yeah.
Man. But shit,
But this nigga called 911
on himself. Sad day. Sad day, man.
Sad day.
Oh man, so I got. Was you done with that one?
Yeah.
I got Florida people.
Florida people. All right.
Yeah, I got a Johnny Wesley who's 42, and a LaShawn Triplet who's 43. Now y'all got to bear with me on this one. This one's fucked up.
I'm right. We riding it out. Let's hear it.
2 people in Florida are under arrest in connection to a love triangle that ended with a man dead and his body hidden in his own car.
Oh shit. Okay.
It says March 18th, Orlando police found Melvin Ray Wilcox, 39, in the trunk of his Honda Civic, which was parked at a Walgreens parking lot. Autopsy determined Wilson was shot 3 times, including in the head as well as around his neck and shoulder. 5 days earlier, Wilcox attended the Central Florida Fair and ran into his friend, John Wesley, who was there with LaShawn Triplet, the mother of Wilcox's 13-year-old son. You know what I mean? So he found his friend with his baby mama.
Ah, shit.
So it says, according to the affidavit, Wilcox was unaware Wesley and Triplet had begun dating about a year earlier, a whole year, and his homie didn't tell him. And the 2 men got into an argument. Wilcox's mother, who was named Tawana Burke, said her son disappeared on March 15th. He left there. She says, he left here. He said he was going somewhere, and that's the last time I saw my child. Burke, who police noted knew her son and Wesley had issues, she called Wesley, and he allegedly told the mother that Wilcox came to his home. They got into a fight. Wilcox drove off, and that was it. Burke eventually reported Wilcox's car stolen, and she couldn't get a hold of him. After she couldn't get a hold of him, and she gave officers Wesley's address. So the police investigating Wilcox's suspicious disappearance recovered surveillance video from a doorbell next door, basically showing that Wilcox did arrive at 2 in the morning, and he went in the house. But they said hours later, his vehicle was backed up to the front door of Wesley's residence, and the man eventually drove away in it. But then,
nigga in the trunk.
Right, and they said an hour later, the video shows Wesley walking back to his house, loaded with 2 garbage bags loaded with 2 garbage bags that he put in his own vehicle, and drove away, and then returned about 15 minutes later. So that's pretty much what they got him on. They served a search warrant on the home. They found a 9mm shell casing, bullet holes, and blood. So Wesley and Triplet were both being held without bond on first-degree murder charges. And yeah, and they set up a GoFundMe for the child.
Yeah, because out of all that, you got to remember there's a kid.
Yeah, his 13-year-old son.
Hey man, that'd be the wild part about that type of shit. We always forget about
the kids,
the damn kid that is stuck dealing with this fucking confusion.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man.
Goddamn Florida folks, Florida people, like you said. That was a whole goddamn Florida people. Yeah. Burger King worker.
Oh shit, I thought you were saying stop.
Huh?
I thought you was tapping stop. Hold on. Let me save it real quick, make sure. I thought you was tapping the stop.
Nah, my bad.
I just caught you out the peripheral.
I did a little nervous, little tick. I was going to finish out my Florida man before we took a break.
Go ahead.
Well, Burger King worker arrested for shooting at the drive-through customer
I saw that one
who
too.
threw mayonnaise at her.
That's why. How the fuck did she throw mayonnaise at her?
According to reports, a Florida Burger King employee was in police custody after shooting at a drive-through customer during a dispute that included the customer throwing mayo at the employee.
Huh.
After what the police are describing as a verbal dispute, Shatisha Monique Hicks, 30, allegedly opened fire on a customer after the man threw packets of mayonnaise at her through the drive-thru window.
That makes more sense.
Witnesses say Hicks ran to her vehicle and grabbed her gun before letting off at least 5 rounds at the man's car.
Mm.
He was making faces at her through the car window out here in the road, and that's when he pulled up here and she just let it off, the witnesses said. She started jumping up and down, ran outside, and started shooting at him. He took off after that, and then she got in her car and followed him.
Oh.
Hicks fled the scene in her car before authorities arrested her later that day. Her car was found abandoned roughly a mile away from her home, with the gun on the car's floorboard. She is currently facing a single charge for discharging a firearm in public.
So hold up. She worked her whole shift, then went home?
No.
She went after the shooting.
She
Left.
just left.
All right.
And they found her later that day. She had dumped the car away from her house and had left the gun in the car.
That was down.
Yeah.
She could at least took the gun and hid it somewhere, buried it.
Yeah. It don't seem like she.
Too bright.
There you go.
She had that Teletubby son with the baby smiling on her.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. She ran out the motherfucking store.
Got the busting.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't gonna throw no mayonnaise packets at her.
All right. That was good Florida man action as always.